Everyone to the next episode of Rakshin Diaries. And today we have Vibha with us. So, Vibha, before beginning the session formally, can you just introduce yourself?
Okay, my name is Vibha Vinara. Currently, I am pursuing B.Ed first year from RTFLS Training College, Nalanjira. My optional subject is English. Yeah, I
Okay.
completed my MA.
Okay. Are you okay? How are you?
Yeah, I was just
All good?
running before this.
Okay, fine. And so we had the session conducted very lately in your college. So
Yeah.
before the session, were you actually aware of the clauses and legislations of the POCSO Act?
Can you please repeat? I couldn't hear you clearly.
Okay, so before the session that we conducted in your college, were you actually aware of the legislations and clauses in the POCSO Act?
No, I only had a general awareness regarding the POCSO law or the POCSO Act. I just knew that when children below the age of 18 years is abused in any way, they will be punished. I did not have
Okay.
much information in detail about the clauses and the acts.
Okay, so can you share your experience and the additional information that you got through this session?
Yeah, from the session, actually, I got to know more about the details of the POCSO Act and how common it is in our society and how few cases are being reported. So I also got to know that even online abuses or even online cyber attacks are parts of the POCSO Act. That even if the photos or videos of children are misused online, that also comes under POCSO Act. So that is one of the new information that I got from the class. And besides that, most of the information I think I had a better awareness before itself.
Okay, okay. And why do you think that we are approaching the youth for, spreading the information on the same?
Yeah, I think we are upcoming teachers, we are teacher trainees, so we have access to large number of students across the world, for example. So we can take this information regarding POCSO Act or child abuse to a large number of children and their parents as well. It's easy for us to
Okay.
communicate between these authorities and the children.
Okay. And as a teacher, a future teacher, how can you just contribute to a safer place for your students?
I think the best thing I can do is to be an active and empathetic listener. Whenever a child has anything to say, I would listen to them actively, empathetically, that I would make them feel safe and I won't judge them so that they will tell everything that they have to say. So, as a teacher, I think that's what I can do for the children.
Okay. And so we discussed during the session about child helpline number, right? Are you aware of
Yes,
that?
it's 1098.
Yes, okay. And so we do have various challenges towards reporting. So are you aware of that? Can you share a few if you are aware of the same?
Yeah, some of the challenges that I'm aware of is regarding shame, that most
Okay.
parents avoid reporting these to higher authorities or the officials because of the shame associated with such cases. They're afraid that their reputation may go down, that their life of their children will be spoiled. So shame is one of the main challenge that reporting faces. Another challenge would be, as I heard, like in most cases, in most POCSO cases, it is the trusted people or people in the family or the relatives that are often the accused. So reporting the cases would, strain the relationship with the family members and all. So that is another challenge, I think. Then there is also the lack of awareness regarding the abuses among children as well as their parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if at some point of your career, if you were to meet a child whose parents are refraining from, opening up about a situation that happened to their child, how will you start up a conversation? What methods will you adopt to safeguard that child and, provide justice to that child?
I think first of all, I would listen to the parents that to whatever they have to say. I will talk to the child, and then I think I would better arrange a meeting between the child and a psychologist or a therapist so that they can make the child feel safe and comfortable and give them a therapeutic session before they go for further proceedings. I would then ensure that the child's privacy is safeguarded, even if they file cases, and I would myself initiate or volunteer to report the case to the higher officials. making sure that the child is safe and is not emotionally affected by all these proceedings.
Okay. And do you have any personal experience of encountering any child who have gone through it, or have you intervened in such cases?
Personally, I don't have much, but I know people, first-hand information of my relatives and my friends who have gone through such situations. And yeah, from them, I came to know that it only when they reached adulthood that they recognized, okay, that this was actually a child abuse. Something that happened at 5 years age,
Okay.
they could recognize it as an abuse only when they reached adulthood. So that was an eye-opening thing for me.
And have they overcome that situation, or yet are they in a traumatic
Sorry, can you
situation
please
due to
repeat?
that
I
abuse?
didn't hear you.
Okay. Have they overcome that situation, or are they still undergoing the trauma?
Did you ask me that are they over this?
Yes, yes. Have they
Yeah,
overcome
they
that
are over
situation?
this. I was actually uncomfortable to talk to them more about that because I didn't want to make them more uncomfortable. So I prefer
Okay.
not to ask more questions. So I don't know
Okay.
completely. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. And the next question is like, after the session, did you take any quality time to share this information with your colleagues, maybe your siblings or your family?
Actually, I had thought in my mind after the session that this is very useful session, that we should conduct such sessions in many schools and colleges, and that it is essential that everyone should know about the basics of POXO Act. But yeah, I will be trying to do that. As of now, I haven't done anything.
Okay, so and we also discussed that about 90 percentage of the abusers are people who are known to the child, right?
Yeah.
And you also mentioned about it. So, what was the striking thought that came in your mind the moment you heard about this revelation?
Yeah, the first time I thought about this was after I read, I think, God of Small Things. In it, there is an incident where the child is abused in such a way. So I think this kind of was an eye opener for me. I started thinking, how will we trust anyone that we know that it's impossible to find out who can be a threat to our child. So
Okay.
it's so sad that people we trust misuse the trust that we have upon them, and there is no particular safe space as we believe it to be in the society. Yes.
Okay. And why do you think the children are more vulnerable to sexual abuse? You know, there are
Yeah,
several
children,
challenges in
first of all,
protecting
they
them
don't
even
have,
before the act
yeah,
happens.
why it happens, why are children more
Yes,
prone to sexual abuse.
yes, yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
think that children do not have much knowledge about anything of this kind, that they can differentiate between a safe touch or an appropriate touch and an appropriate touch, and they think
Okay.
everything as part of affection. They believe elders blindly because for them they haven't been to the outer world, they have very little exposure. So whatever they see, whoever they see, they just follow them, they just believe them, trust them, and go with them. So it's easy to manipulate them because they are very vulnerable and they don't have much knowledge about what happens in the world or what is wrong and what is not wrong. So children
Okay.
are naive. I think that's the reason.
So, as a Rakshin volunteer and also as a future teacher, how can you contribute towards protecting child and making a safer place for them?
I think first of all, I would conduct such sections as Rakshin does in with about like regarding POXO Act. Like I would call volunteers to take classes regarding these acts. Then I would
Okay.
set up, sessions where children can openly talk about their experiences. Then I
Yes,
would
yes.
create awareness in among parents as well, so that they will be able to recognize if their child is okay, or if they are safe or not. Uh, yeah, I would also take volunteer action to spread awareness.
Okay. So thank you, Vibha, for sharing your valuable time to taking the strain to share this experience with us. Thank you for being part of the Rakshin project and being part of the Rakshin Diaries. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Until we meet again. Thank you so much, Vibha. Thank
Okay,
you.
it's my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.